back to this house of fashion. Hope you have a wonderful day. Today's episode is going to be based on how to cut an high waist flare skirt using this cardboard to cut out the pattern. So here is just an illustration on how to get the skirt, because on the fabric the measurement I will be taking here is not constant, so you can make yours after watching this video. The first thing you're going to do is to fold it into 4. This is into 2 first. This is into 2, then into 4. You can see the way I'm folding it. So that is how you're going to do when you're cutting it on the fabric. Into 4. You can see? Into 2, then into 4. This is into 2, then into 4, like a triangle, as you can see the shape. So now, to determine the waist, this is where you're going to cut the waist. And if you're going to make any zip allowance, it's from here. You'll be adding the zip allowance to it at this area. And this is the length of the flare. On the one I make, there's a kissing pleating at the front, at the waist area, and this is where I had the allowance. So we have to put an excess measurement to the actual measurement you're going to use. Like if the waist measurement is 30 and you want to make a kissing pleat at the center of the band, you see it, I'm going to show you, like the one you are seeing on the screen. So you have to add at least, you're going to make it 5 inches to it with the same with the zip allowance. So let's assume the waist measurement here is 10 inches. This is into 4. So that means to get the roundness of this area now, we're going to use 2.5 inches. So to determine that, I'll be starting from the upper part here to take 3 inches. Then 3 inches. Then I'm going to connect the dots together. I've already connected the lines together. Then the next thing I'm going to do is the length of the skirt. Mind you, it's an high waist skirt. You can make some band, and for those people that doesn't like putting band, you can make it a bandless. So let's assume the one you're seeing on the screen, it has a band. So it has a 2 inches band. Then taking 2 inches up to take the actual length. So let's assume the length is 11 inches. So now I've already taken 2 inches up, where I'll be joining the 2 inches back. Then I'm going to connect these lines together. So after connecting the lines together, the next thing is to cut it out. So mind you, the measurements I used for the one at the screen are, the waist measurement is 27 inches. 27 inches. The length of the skirt is 38 inches. Then the fabric I use 2 yards 30 inches, 2 yards 30 inches of Dutchess fabric, and that is what I used. It's not up to 3 yards. After then, this is how I fold it, then I cut it out this way. Then I'll be opening it. You can see this is how it's going to be. This is the waist that I cut out with the same allowance. So let me assume, no, the waist measurement I used here after folding it into 4 was 2.5 inches. Then when I open it now, it's going to be 10 inches. So that means I had 5 inches to it to make a pleat. So since there is going to be a kiss pleat at the center, that is why I added 5 inches to it. So let's assume the initial waistband is 5 inches of the kiss pleat allowance and the zip allowance. So keeping this aside, to cut out the band, then the belt. So the 2 inches that I said you're going to cut out. So now for the band is 2 inches. So that means you'll be adding ½ inch to make a seam allowance. So this is 4.5. Then while folding 4.5 into 2, it's going to give you 2.25. You can see. Yes, this is 2.25. So the waist measurement is 5 inches. Let's assume it's 5 inches. So now this is 5 inches. So the first thing you're going to notch the center of this. Then you also notch the center of this. So you can see the center. Then so that means you'll be starting from here, and when you get into you start it from this area. Mind you, what you cut here, you must have already had a zip allowance to it. You start from here. Then when you get to this area, you make a pleat, a kissing pleat. You can see the way. So I'm going to show you how to make this, the kiss pleat at the center. I'll be showing it to you. So the next thing that remains here is to cut the belt at the back. And I'll also be showing you how to attach the belt. Now this is what I'll be using for the belt. Then folding it into 2, then into 4. This is into 4. I'll be sketching the shape for you. This is how I start the cutting, from this area to this. Then from here now is also a slant. So before getting to this area, you must take the measurement. You know, the measurement of the waist we took was 2 inches. It's going to be 2 inches. So let's assume this is wider than this. Then it's going to be like this. So this area, let's assume, is 2 inches. Then you're going to cut it out. So this is the shape. Then you fold it if you want to sew it. You sew it from here to this area. Then you turn it. The same thing applicable to the other side here. Then you turn it. So you attach the 2 at the back. You can make any style of your choice. I just cut this shape for the belt. You can make any belt style of your choice. You can see. So I'll be showing you how to sew it. is the finished work so far. This is a circle flare skirt. It's an high waist, it can be a low waist depending on how you want it. And here is the kiss pleat at the front. You can see it. You can see how voluminous it is. So you can see how simple and beautiful it is. And this is the front. Here is the back. This is the shape of the belt I cut out. You can see it. So here is the belt shape. You can see the shape of the belt. And the length of the belt is not constant. You can make it shorter than this or longer like this, depending on how you want it to be. And this is the length I used. This is 26 inches. It was 27 inches before I sew it in. So this is 26 inches after sewing it. So now I'll be showing you the length of the skirt that I said is 38 inches. So you can see this is 38 inches. The skirt is 38 inches, and the waist measurement is 27 inches, like I said earlier. You can see it. This is 27 inches. So this is the back. So this is after joining the zip. You can see it. You can see it. Then you can tie the belt anyhow you want it. You can decide to leave it this way, or you do it this way. So on the top, I'll be making a tutorial on how to cut this particular top. I'm here to do the finishing. I'll be attaching the sleeve to it, so that when you know how to cut the top as well, you can combine it this way or anyhow you want it. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. And for those people that have already subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate you guys for watching my tutorial always. So thank you so much. See you in my next class. Bye.